Brian Tramel, RynoJB, Rollin Into Mempho.
That's right. We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. But this is a STSPod.club production. For Rollin Into Mempho, I'm BT. And my co-host with the most is RhynoJB. How the hell are you, Rhino?
Doing great. Another blessing from Championship Wrestling from Memphis.
Oh my God. He's got his voice back, guys. He's got his voice back.
90% there. 90% there.
I got a note from Lance. Lance said, "Man, Rhino sounded rough," and I go, "I just hope he gets well. I hope he gets well." But yeah, it was still a great show. I want to thank everyone. We did a record store this week. Me and you sat in and did a review of the banquet, and we talked about this on the Twitch right before we got started. Really big numbers for that show. Commercial free on YouTube, Championship Wrestling from Memphis. And we also released me, you, and Pro Wrestling Torch's Eric Kroll sat down and talked about the AEW show. Winter is coming, and it got big numbers in a actual 48-hour span there that I was like, is this all people are listening to? Is our podcast? I'm glad. Thank you everybody for listening. Hey, me and Rhino, we're popular guys now. Real quick, we always put a clip of Patreon to tease you to subscribe. It came out at 8 o'clock this morning on the main feed. So if you got the main feed and you're listening to the audio version of this, go listen to that Patreon clip, because after the awards show, Rhino and us talked about the Crowleys. So you have to actually hear the whole clip. You have to subscribe, but we start talking about it. I think it's a good teaser. Remember, go to our links on Instagram or Twitter. No Kid Hungry. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. You don't have to buy the Christmas shirts. Just buy any shirt, any merch. We'll double the profit. We'll put it to No Kid Hungry at the end in January. There's something else going on too. Maybe tomorrow live tapings as we got down there. There you go. Big match showdown with final showdown with Michaels and Mike Anthony, and also Thunder Rosa and Jordynne Grace. Grind City Rumble, Impact Wrestling, AEW Wrestling. We really do think that these two girls will go toe-to-toe, and I don't know if it'll be the match or it'll be the Grind City Rumble, but I'm really excited to see what happens. I'm hearing it's a huge crowd for that show, huge crowd for the VIP. So get your ticket now. There may not be room. Honestly, they could sell out on this. All right, man, let's do what we do. If you haven't joined us before, shame on you. Hits, misses, MVP. What do you look forward to the most? And thumbs up or thumbs down. We're going to start with hits. What's your hits for the week, Rhino?
My hits this week, you have Country Rock getting a big win. I'm liking Country Rock more and more every week. These guys are bringing something to the tag team scene that wasn't there already. I want to see them mix it up with more tag teams that we're already established with, like the Crowleys, the Goats. And we've seen them in matches before with elements of wrestling. I like what they're doing. They got a big win this week. That was a hit for me. The nameplates, BT. I don't know if you saw the nameplates when people were coming down to the ring. There's new nameplates down there. Unless that was there last week.
It started last week. Yep.
Okay. So
awesome.
Loving the nameplates. Absolutely loving those nameplates there. Also, Carlos Rios got a win. I think this might. I'm gonna go on record. I think this might be his first or second win here with Championship Wrestling.
I think that was the first. Yeah.
I love watching every time he comes down to the ring. I remember watching this guy a year ago. He brings so much energy to the ring every time he comes out there. I was happy to see him get a win. He defeated the Gunslinger, who I thought they had a damn good match, in my opinion. I like seeing those two guys go there. Also, it was almost a miss for me, BT. When K Toomer came out, we went to commercial break. I had it written down as a miss. I said, I can't believe they cut K Toomer off, but it went back to a hit during the break. When we came back, I said during the break, absolutely love that. That was a hit for me. And our main event ending by disqualification, nothing but pure mayhem. What was anybody expecting when you got Jackson Crowley and you got Ivan Warsaw, the killer, in there? Of course, it's going to end by disqualification. I thought Jimmy Blaylock doing what he did was absolutely wonderful as well. I mean, he smacked him with that with that sign there. And those are my hits for this week's episode.
Right on. Hits for me, I'll go right with the first tag team match. Looked good. Country Rock looking good. Martin, something in that match you don't see a lot. Usually the heels have to do something bad to cut people off. He didn't do that. Hayes went for the monkey flip. He just held on. I love it when a heel doesn't actually have to cheat to get the heat started. A good hot tag, and give Hayes a name for that Superman punch, y'all. I don't know what you like they do with Orange Cassidy. I don't know what you would do with the Country Rock punch or something. I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything, but give him a name for it. I love it. Love the posse, the silliness of the posse, the comedy of it. These guys are like this 24/7, guys. You know this, Rhino. They're like this. They like to have a lot of fun. I like the artwork. Mike Anthony outside. I love that interview. Yeah. Mike's saying, "Hey, buddy. Hey, I'm outside." The tumor video and the slams and everything. Absolutely love that. And Walker Hayes comes back, man. He comes back at the ending of the show. And I'll talk about this, but he come to the end of the show, making a save. Maybe we're going to see some more of that team against the Crowleys. All right, brother, what's your misses?
My misses this week, I still have it on my list. K Toomer getting cut off. When K Toomer makes his way down to the ring, I don't believe you should go to a commercial break at any point in time. This is something where I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I want to keep watching. It was a little personal miss for me. But also a miss for me, just the microphone clippings. Throughout, I felt like we missed a lot of good promo work there because the microphone was just simply cutting out. And I know that's a technical difficulty, but that's it for me. I thought it was a nice, fun show. Oh, another miss for me, not being able to hear Heather Monroe. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about not hearing Heather Monroe as our women's champion. This week, we saw a promo package video. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We saw a promo package. This week, she got cut off thanks to Hornswoggle and the Grinch. I'm going to put it down as a miss because I want to know what she has to say and if she has her eye on anybody in that locker room to take out or to prove something against, or maybe she just feels like she is what she claims to be, the queen of championship wrestling all over. That's it for me.
There you go. Audio breakouts is what I wrote down. Still at the microphone, but not during the matches, which we got to hear commentary. I was cool with that. They also did a real quick breakaway during the Rios gunslinger match. It could have been that something happened, but there was no mention of it. It was just a breakaway. JB, why does Jimmy Blaylock not know how to say Crowleys?
Oh,
how does he not? He's
Crawleys.
I mean, I call him Walter Hayes sometimes. I mean, I'm pretty bad sometimes, and I give myself hell for it. But it's the Crowleys. It's that name is always been Crowley, not Crawley, not Crawley. It's Crowleys. How's he not know that by now? And
I thought it was a slang thing.
I'm going to give it some miss because I'm big into this. I want the mask back on Walter Hayes. Look at Walter Hayes. You hear me? I talk about Jimmy and then I mess up. On Walker Hayes, I want the mask back on you, buddy. I really do. That mask is awesome. And if you can do it, but you can even sell those ring-worn masks. You can sign them and sell them since you're a babyface. But put the mask back on. That's part of your we don't want a good-looking monster. We want one that has that mask and we really don't see his face. All right, MVP for the day.
My MVP, this might shock you. My MVP is going to be K Toomer. That video package that he had, we saw a couple of them. Shout out to Big Swole Justin Cole, who was the MVP of the year. My MVP of this episode is going to be K Toomer. When you talk about that Grind City Rumble, who in the hell is going to eliminate K Toomer? I'm not sure if they're going to have enough people a part of the Rumble to eliminate K Toomer. Hey, look, he's not just my MVP. He's my winner of the Grind City Rumble. I'm putting my ticket in now. BT. K Toomer wins it all.
All right. I love that video too, and love the way that They're promoting it already. I love that. I love that. MVP for me, though, is going to be the killer, Ivan Warsaw, coming back, doing a really good match, fun match with Jackson. And then we have Hayes coming out, doing the run-in afterwards. I'm going to give it to Ivan this week. I'm not a fan of them darkening the room, but I do like I understand it. Not a fan of it, and I don't know why, but I'm just not. But it does give you something extra when he's wrestling. So that's a cool thing. It is. Ivan's coming out. The lights go out. Boom, we have him. All right, buddy, it's time for a question of the week. We're going to play it. I just want to say I had some technical difficulties this morning with this. The audio's crystal clear, but if you're watching the video version today, you'll see it looks like a fourth generation VHS. So maybe that's what Dustin recorded is fourth generation VHS. Here is the question of the week.
Hello, everybody. Dustin Starr here to answer the question of the week. But first, just wanted to tell you how excited I am about tomorrow. That's Sunday, December 19th. The biggest event in the history of championship wrestling from Memphis is the Grind City Rumble with Thunder Rosa, Jordynne Grace, and an awesome final showdown, no rules, between the Gun Show Bret Michaels defending his Memphis Heritage Championship against the Genetic Nightmare Mike Anthony. But today's question of the week is a really good one. It comes from Tag Team Mark CKC. This is a good one. Memphis wrestling history is rich in tag teams like the Moondogs and the Fabulous Ones. Did you intentionally say, let's do a lot of tag teams? Or was it that you had so much talent coming in, saying you wanted to work Memphis wrestling, that it just ended up that way? And to be quite honest with you, I have a long history of being in tag team wrestling myself, and some people don't know that. Earlier in my career, it was the Beale Street Posse with my main man Simon, that Simon from the Posse. And then also I was part of the Lifeguards with Simon and also Wes Adams, who was Scott Starr at the time. So also myself and Kevin Wyatt are two-time Southern Tag Team champions. So there's a lot of rich history with myself going as far as tag teams. But then you mentioned the Moondogs, one of my favorites growing up. And then also the Fabulous Ones. I worked with Steve Kern in WWE Developmental. He was the Florida Championship Wrestling promoter. So yeah, the history is rich in Memphis. But then also, shout out to the talent. No way did I say, hey, let's do a lot of tag teams. But we did want a very strong tag team division, and that's exactly what we got, and we didn't have to look very far to get it. The Young Goats, they're in Dyer County in Trenton, Tennessee. The Posse, they're in Memphis, and also Lauderdale County, right down the street from Memphis. So all these teams are local. The Crowleys, they're local to Memphis as well. And I know I'm leaving a ton out. The Skimhorns, they're right across the bridge in Arkansas, so they're all very local. But man, we got really lucky picking the right talent. And gosh, I'm just going to say it. We've got one of the best tag team divisions there are. And I don't have to ask RhinoJB and BT about that because I know they agree. Oh yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow at the Wrestle Center.
All right, question of the week. Comments. I gotta agree with him. And we talked about this over and over. You make a comment almost every time. One of the best tag team divisions in wrestling. People that don't watch it don't understand or have not been a history of tag teams in Memphis wrestling. Was huge in Memphis with the Fabs, the Moondogs, Rock and Roll started. Tons of tag team, and I think that's part of it. RHINO is that they grew up in this area. A lot of the guys that are working right now, and they were tag team. I say it, I'm a big, huge tag team mark. Wonder who sent that question in. I don't know. So I was just wondering, and he had a lot of them, walk up and say, I want to wrestle. And they have the best tag teams around. I'm going to mention something here in a few minutes about a tag team. Also, I want you to know, if you're listening to this, Dustin actually did a Cool Kids Countdown with me, episode 326, and he talks about his top 10 tag teams. So it's a fun show. You'll be surprised too at a couple of the tag teams. So what do you want to say about tag team wrestling in championship wrestling from Memphis, Rhino?
I mean, it is like you said, it's one of the best tag team divisions that we've seen in professional wrestling. You've got so many stars. One of the things about our tag team scene is that when you look at our tag team division, you can split up these tag teams and they can have incredible singles runs. I'm thinking about the Young Goats. I'm thinking about the Crowleys. You even look at Derek King and Danny B. Good. These guys they were doing singles work. Now they're tag teaming it up. It's an incredible tag team scene, and shout out to the Skimmerhorns, man. I love the Skimmerhorns and what they're doing as a tag team. And I believe that you could even split them up, and they could have incredible matches as singles competitors. It's an incredible tag team scene, and it looks like it's only building. Look at Country Rock coming into the fray. You got to wonder if there's going to be any other tag teams out there. Maybe we might see come back early on in championship wrestling from Memphis. We saw the Russell twins. Who knows? They might be coming back to get a little action with these tag teams to mix it up. You never know. I love it.
All right, guys. Question of the week. You can send in your question of the week. Let's put that banner up there. I always forget to do that. But question of the week, call 501-232-1701. I'll actually play the call. Or you can email us at stspodclub@gmail.com. Real quick, before we get started with the last two categories, a big thank you to Memphis wrestling fans. They were out for the VIP. JB and I were just gracious to host this. It was fun. Some of it went off the rails in the deep grass, but we did have a fun time, and it was fun to meet some of the listeners. I sent a couple of messages out and said, nice to meet you. And then sending me back messages and saying, look, we've been listening to this podcast since it started. It was nice to finally meet you. So awesome fans of Championship Wrestling from Memphis. We thank you. So, dude, what do you look forward to the most for the Christmas show?
Man, you got that tag team title match. Young Goats, Derek King, Danny B. Good. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've been talking about it for a while now, the Young Goats versus the old Goats. I mean, it's Goats versus Goats in this one. I don't think age plays a part. As they say, age ain't nothing but a number. Derek King and Danny B. Good have proven that week after week. They have the experience on their side. These guys know what they're doing in that ring. Shout out to the Young Goats. They are young. They're not inexperienced, but the experience that comes with Danny B. Good and Derek King is second to none. And these guys know each other extremely well. I'm looking forward to this tag team match, and you got titles on the line, man. I can't wait.
I'm excited about it. Excited what they do with what they do with the finish of that, because we feel like Derek's going back to his bad ways, you know. So it's always Derek the King. You the character Derek the King, you can't trust him, guys. I'm sorry, you just can't trust him. And I'm really, that could be just, it could be a really, really, really good match. I'm going to start calling them. Did Derek say this, or did I just the original Goats? How's that? Instead of the Goats, let's call them the original Goats.
The original Goats.
Where's Skylar, man? Why is she not answering the phone, JB? Why is she?
I didn't know she wasn't answering her phone. I didn't know.
She's not. Amber says she can't get her to answer her phone. You know, I seen her doing a commercial for Championship Wrestling from Memphis. It's been airing on the website. So, you know, I
she might be done with Amber. She might be done with Amber. She might be having a new direction. You never know.
I love them just teasing things like this. I love that part, and knowing that you may not have everyone there, but you can put a video in there and keep them over. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Also, before we end the year, we have 2 shows left. But before we end the year, I want to tell you, Rhino, I'm going to try my best to find out the answer to this. Where's Connor? Where's Connor? Where's Connor? Where's Connor?
Skylar might know.
She might. And, guys, I want to announce this because I talked to him during the Q&A. Sat right next to me. We had a talk coming on January the 18th. Martin. We're going to talk to Martin. If you want to listen to me talk to Martin, and let me just say, it's going to be a shoot, okay? I have known Martin for a long time and discussed some things with him that night. He's going to come on and talk to us about Martin and about his friend Precious. And man, does he have some of the best punches around or what?
I mean, his in-ring work is incredible.
He's not nervous at all anymore. The TV made him a little nervous, I thought, but he's just really smooth in the ring, and the punches. Watch his punches, guys. He has some of the best punches on the show. But we'll have him on the 18th, and we're going to do a couple other shows. We have a big show coming up, cassette wrestling news. Man, Rhino, it was before podcast. It's 34 years old. I've been sitting here listening to these cassettes. Let me bring this one up. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
34 years old. I have to put it in my magic machine there, and we're going to start releasing them 2 a month at the start of the year. If you're a Patreon member, man, jump on there. Jump on Patreon. It's going to be awesome. But it's fun. It's listening to stuff where I guess the best way to say is like the smart crowd was there, but they still was a little marky. But you had audio. Stone Cold Steve Austin's called this the very first wrestling podcast. We found Owen Hart footage. Owen Hart sits down. Eddie Gilbert. I sat and listened to an Eddie Gilbert interview. It's going to be fun. It's going to be huge. All right. Tomorrow, RynoJB. Rhino, you're going to be there.
I'm going to be there.
The big ring announcer. You're taking T-Bone. He said you got to go. No. He's taking over tomorrow, doing 3 shows. A fantastic Rollin Into Mempho. RynoJB. Are you just a little nervous?
I am. I'm a little. T Ward he's the god. He's the king. There's no way I could ever fill his shoes. So I'm going to be walking in the mud barefoot, but I'm going to have some fun doing it. I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. T Ward is the man. I can't wait for him to get back. T Ward. I'm going to do this one time. I'm going to have some fun.
Excited to hear how it goes. Ring. I guess I've done everything. Referee, ring announcing, managing. But when you don't do it on a regular basis, you sit behind this mic at home. I was a bit nervous. I had mentioned at the banquet. I said, "Are you nervous?" You go, "No, I'm chilled. And I was like, "Man," I told my wife, I said, she said, "As soon as you get up in front of the crowd, there's nothing." It was almost as soon as everybody got there, I was good to go. But yeah, a little bit of butterflies. All right, before we leave, we got to do a thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs up or thumbs down, brother?
I'm gonna do a thumbs up. I'm almost a little hesitant on the thumbs up. Maybe it almost felt like in between when we give our thumbs up, something big happens. I felt like nothing big happened on this episode. It was a great. I don't want to call it a filler episode, but it's leading to that big shebang. And next week, we're going to get that title match. Also, tomorrow's live tapings. Looking forward to those as well. But I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I thought it was a solid show. The only thing I had for my misses really was the microphone clippings, and I want to see more K Toomer. So, thumbs up for me.
I give it a thumbs up there. I think it's a good, and it's not really in between, but they are booking for some big shows, so it's fun to see them do that. Yeah. Be able to put everybody on, and some fun. I like the fun part. I like a little bit of everything when I see my wrestling. I like comedy. I like the seriousness of matches. For the world title. I also like all the flippity floppy stuff. I like the fat guys. I like the skinny guys. I like a little bit of everything. And when I book shows, if you just look at my roster, you could see, BT likes that. BT likes that. But that's what I did. I mean, that's the way I was. And I was like, in hindsight, I was really picky about work rate, and my champion had to be a good wrestler at all times. And that's, if you can get over, it really doesn't matter, buddy. You got over. So, thumbs up, thumbs down. I said big thumbs up. Guys, be with them tomorrow live. You'll be with RynoJB live taping tomorrow. Final showdown. Jordynne Grace, Thunder Rosa. Oh, it should be a big, big show. If you do not have your tickets, I'm not BSing you guys. I'm not just getting on here and saying, go buy your tickets, go get your VIP tickets. I'm not just saying that because I talked to the championship committee, let's say, this morning, and man, they are close to saying sell out. We can't let anybody else in the door.
Wow.
More people that was in the building than Lance Archer guys. Already, there's going to be more people. It'll be a great taping to finish the year. Also, real quick, RHINO and I will be here live for Christmas. Oh, man. Can you believe it? Live for Christmas and live for New Year's Day. We got some things planned. I'm going to wear my ugly sweater or something. And we're excited about bringing in the new year. 2 more episodes is all we're doing on stspod.club. And it's going to be RHINO and I and Rollin Into Mempho. Well, you know what time it is. Tell everyone, same bat time, same bat channel on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Be there tomorrow. Be there. And as everyone knows, and RynoJB knows, I love my